Hello, dear children. Today we are going to start with our chapter 3 from Honeycomb, and the chapter name is Gopal and the Hilsa fish. Children, have you ever read a comic? How does it look like? It contains both the picture as well as the text written, and it is written in a mysterious or in a hilarious way. Now, this story talks about a hilarious man whose name was Gopal. Now here we'll talk about what is the meaning of a Hilsa fish. Now Hilsa fish is a breed of fish which particularly grows and develops during a particular season. It is very tasty to eat, and because of that it is very popular in India as well as the other parts of the world. The fishermen fish for the Hilsa fish during their season, and after that they sell it in the market. Being in high demand, everybody talks about Hilsa fish also in this chapter. So it was the season of Hilsa fish. Everyone in the kingdom could talk about nothing but Hilsa fish. Fishmongers, means the fish sellers, were selling Hilsa fish. Fishermen were competing to catch the bigger Hilsa fish, and the customers were also talking about the prices of the Hilsa fish. So overall we can say that everywhere in the village everybody was talking about Hilsa fish in one way or the other. In the kingdom also everyone was talking about only Hilsa fish. Courtiers were talking about how big the Hilsa fish they got, and they were narrating these stories to their king. The king on this got irritated because a saturation level came inside him, because he had heard so much of Hilsa fish now that he was almost bored of hearing Hilsa fish. And he told them, "Are you a courtier or a fisherman?" The courtiers fell silent, but the king later regretted, because he told them that he was having his ill temper because everybody in the kingdom was talking about Hilsa fish. The king unexpectedly challenged Gopal, even the wisest man of his court, who was Gopal, could not stop people talking about Hilsa fish. Now Gopal took it as a challenge, and he said to king that no, I can take this as a challenge, and I would say specifically that I could make people stop talking about the Hilsa fish. Days went by, and after a few days Gopal decided to buy a Hilsa fish, but he had something in mind along with buying the Hilsa fish. So there were some precautions which Gopal took before leaving his house to buy the Hilsa fish. The first precaution which he took was that before going out he half shaved his beard. The second thing which he did was that he smeared ash all over his face, and thirdly he dressed up in the shabby clothes. So these were the three precautions taken by Gopal before leaving his house to buy the Hilsa fish. Now his wife, who was continuously watching his activities, tried to stop him to go out, because she was worried that if Gopal would go out in such an appearance, then people would call him mad. Still Gopal went out without hearing her. Gopal bought Hilsa fish and started walking towards the palace. People called him comical, some people called him madman, and even some people called him a mystic. But do you notice, students, here that none of them talked about the Hilsa fish? Gopal reached the court, but he was resisted by the troops that were the army men of the king to go inside. On being resisted to go in, Gopal began to sing and dance. The people started calling him mad and tried to stop him to go inside. The king, who was sitting inside the kingdom, heard all of these things, and he asked the courtiers to present the man in front of him. The man was brought in the front of the king. Now one of the courtiers identified that this man, whom nobody was even able to identify, was actually Gopal himself. Courtiers were mad at him, thinking that it was some kind of joke. Even the king wondered, why did Gopal dress in this shabby appearance? Gopal reminded the king of something that he forgot completely. Perhaps we have also forgot about that. That is the Hilsa fish. No one in the whole village talked about Hilsa fish because everybody was busy talking about and thinking about Gopal. The king congratulated Gopal because once again he was able to achieve the impossible.